Hi guys, and welcome to the Rainbow Six Replays YouTube channel. Today we want to present the video highlights of the match between G2 Esports and Wolves Esports during the Europe League 2024 Stage 2. Don't forget to subscribe and put a like. Enjoy.
Disruptive, but I tell you what did I say? Hunt down P4 and deal with him. BLAST does exactly that. Who's
seconds with which to make this work, mind you, and G2 so far, that's still quite dug in.
going to be pushing a little bit more directly towards site now. I'm obviously confident that they've kind of got what they need above, or they don't really have much of a choice about it. With 15 seconds left to go, they're just going to have to try and make this work. G2 happy to hold their angles. Deadshot picks up Loira, but Asmo also manages to get Uno at the same time. Doki holding on though as he manages to find one. Diffuser is going down. Ace is going to stick this plant, keep the clock going. Deadshot finds Doki and it's all up to Alamau. 1v3 make that 1v2, but they know where he is now. And it looks like they've headed above, but look, there's a Deimos on the cards as well if scans are still available. And there it is. This just got almost impossible for Alamau.
Yeah, perma-ping down at this point. He is dead to rights unless he can land one hell of a shot onto the Deimos. Of course, there's information on him as well. Gets the counter, scan back onto the other side, but has got to win against Deadshot, who's a little bit close up against him here. Basically, no time left as well. Needs to go now. He's got 10 seconds to win these two gunfights. Sees the one, but they are giving him absolutely nothing.
Certainly seems, you know, like they were on top of that attack. That's a good start for them. Get around on the board.
Look at how much time it has left on the bottom right corner of your screen now. That is ridiculous.
So close.
That is.
In a Capcan trap kill on a blitz tonight, but especially on a newer map. How about that though? Doki's trying to get aggressive. Acer shuts him down. Loira's there for the trade.
The smoke's now going to step out, and it does pin the Monty in here a little bit, who's going to have to go all the way across this door. Two smokes been burnt for the privilege. The problem is, has to work his way back outside, otherwise he's in deep trouble.
Just outside of our 6 room, and just feeding information. He's just looking to try and force people out of position. That flash is not going to help, but Mowgli still manages to get the job done through the white screen. Alamau taken down. The Monty walks on in, starts feeding information, but Uno is going to pick up Mowgli with a Nitro. 3 versus 2. G2 managing just about to keep their advantage in the round.
It's quite satisfying just to pop that shield when it's sat there as well. Down goes Doki Shell. Of course, he was already dead, so it wasn't any use to them except for information. Of course, can pass information back and forth, even if it can't see things. But let's not forget as well, this is, of course, the pushing towards the upstairs here. Every single player on G2 has now dropped away, and sadly, Laura's going to get himself picked off by Lasmo on the way through. But a 2v2 here, and they've been so focused on the top floor, they've now got to reinvent themselves and re-angle themselves for an actual hit onto the first floor where the site stands.
Again, just poised for that verticality. Instead takes pot shots, but Blaz is quite ready. Nitro is placed, detonated, and Lasmo is going to be taken down 2 versus 1 now as Wolves are finding themselves with just a P4 left. On into site he goes, but no choice other than to get the pistol ready to fight, and Blaz just
basically use them as reverse drones to send back in towards the other side. Things like this, maybe not so great, but it does guarantee the swing coming out. I didn't think we'd see a swing at all there, but Doki times it perfectly. Cleared out a bit of utility on the way through. They've got themselves a little bit of map control, but I think if you looked at this in a few minutes' time and said, yeah, it took a team 2 minutes to get inside of Ops, they'll be like, what the hell were they doing? That is such unfortunate timing as well for Lasmo, who could have got himself a kill, but it's not to be the case. Ace found 2. This might actually be enough to start getting the advantage over G2, but that clock is now going to start working against them. So much comes down to this Ops, I feel.
Oh, yeah, they need to be getting in there aggressively here and just creating a little bit of space inside of site. The Toxic Babe canisters are going to hold them at bay for a little while, but not for the remainder of the round. 15 seconds left to go. Here come Wolves, but Loira just manages to keep himself off the radar, taken down in a trade by Deadshot. Leaves us now 3v2. Diffuser going down. Lasmo finds Uno. It's all for Blast to do. He gets a 1v3 back to a 1v2 to a 1v1. I think, to be fair, new map, we've said it countless times, we expect attackers to struggle a little bit more. There's a lot more to figure out. You know, the variables that you can control tend to be on the defensive side. So G2, you know, having If Doki can kind of hold on, he might well find himself on the flank, but as it is, we're going to see that use of the Scorposh just to get him back into sight quickly. Mowgli does manage to take down Blaz. That could be the catalyst for Wolves. It looks like it is. The spark in the powder keg at this point as Deadshot and Acer managed to get one apiece. Doki's was a trade, 4 versus 2 now. It's all up to Alamo, and G2 repeatedly keep finding themselves in these 1vx situations at the end of rounds. They have managed to win a couple of them so far, but I think it's very unlikely that they achieve it this time, and it's going to be Deadshot to close down Alamo, and that's going to be 2-2. Be the case just immediately. Mowgli, I think, just waiting to see if there's any opportunities going to appear on that window, but it's Deadshot moving in who gets taken down by Doki, and that is a great opener for G2. That's the Flores gone. It's going to keep a lot of utility safe. Doki hits him with the 1-2 almost, just does a bit of damage to Mowgli on the window, flips around and finds a kill as well onto Acer. Alamo takes down Lasmo, and that is G2 just absolutely cruising away with this round. Doki will not be moved, and G2 be getting the 4-2 on this half. I feel like they need to get themselves a little bit of an advantage now that they are, you know, on that defensive side, and it's then going to give them that better opportunity to come into the second half. On the Monteon side, for example, P4 hasn't really been able to have too much of an impact in the round.
They keep forcing him through these little bottlenecks, and he keeps paying the price. I was going to say, send him into lobby and up the stairs, maybe that'll give you a little bit of pressure onto back Mez, but no, no need for it. Lasmo's found himself down, Mowgli's onto a second. Glass gets a kill with Bandit Wire. That's one thing to shout about, but Laura finds himself in a 1 versus 3. Not super ideal. Just when it looked like G2 had this one locked down, they are going to crumble. Mowgli getting it
to find themselves a 7-5 win here if they can go on now having secured that 3-3 half on the attack.
Even this, it's Mowgli where he gets into this key position here, and they just have no idea that he slipped the net. This player here, is it Doki? He had so much to do because he was having to hold all of Mez and then come and try and challenge this breach
done, and they've brought all the tools that they needed. Look at this as well. We're going to have Alamo pushing in on the Grim. He's been able to move through ops. He's taking that space inside of sight. There's definitely going to be the opportunity for a plant once that breach gets opened up, because Alamo can control that side of sight. Uno manages to find Acer as well, and Wolves are crumbling here, Des.
Aren't they just? Yeah, they're literally walking through the defenses like they're paper at this point, catching everyone out, force their way all the way through. Sure, there's a C4 in back pocket. In fact, I believe there's 2 they can play with, but now they're getting deleted by Doki, who's met them on that first floor as well. Excellent attack from G2, have read into the spots they had to open up. Far too much pressure.
Gain in that space. They've got a fuse on board, so they can utilize that utility as well to soften up sight. Alamo softens Mowgli up as he manages to find a kill. Lasmo's going to take damage as well. G2 just so aggressive here. Doki unable to find that kill onto the Warden though, so we find ourselves now 4 versus 4.
If they get him, it becomes a very different conversation, and P4's coming in for backup from reception as well. Good stuff, and Blaz, oh, of course he's marched through 2 and found 2 of them. Blaz moves down to a single point of HP. Blaz, a 3k in the round, is marching his way through the French side. 1 left standing, and it's all P4. We'll at least get 1 for his sake by the looks of it, getting rid of Blaz.
There would have been a possibility, but about 15 seconds left to do something about this. Yellow ping information is going to give him something. He knows they're peeking his door, but he's caught in the reload, and it's going to be...
Fenrir is getting quite aggressive, and at this point I think it was Uno looking to get quite cheeky. It's actually Acer who's managed to find him early on. Blaz, though, keeps on fragging in this game. Him and Mowgli have in the entry, but the stall that they have between behind the C4, the smoke, and the Fenrirs, Fnat's coming out too. Really gives him a headache, and Doki's just walked there into the smoke, taking all the damage. Alamo, of course, has traded it out, but now he's left in a 1 versus 3. The roles are reversed. It's not him returning to sight as the defender. Here it's the attacker, and he's got a lot to figure out. Might find himself getting swung on here, wins 1. No, the swing doesn't come on through. They're going to back away, and this kind of opens the door a little bit here. They've got to be careful. Another flash comes on through, rounds off towards the left. Smart moves, almost as you get the 1, gets the down. Oh, goes for Acer, but Acer starts with the first kill. Gets with it quicker than others, but both of these 2, as expected, really putting in a really close performance. Doki just unfortunate there, sends the flash around the corner, does get caught out himself, but ultimately manages to find the kill onto Morgan. This is tough at this point. They're very much being boxed in, dropping away. The swing is there, but no, Loira not able to find his man. Acer being a real thorn in G2's side across these rounds. Great kill to relieve a bit of pressure on his team.
Really nicely played that from ENCE there. Like you said, they were, you know, so stuck in the box of that room there. Drops the hatch, gets a kill, and now G2 have got the problem of where is ENCE going to reappear? If they don't have those flank watchers in place, it could be a problem. Alamau is going to stick the diffuser here, but Uno dies along the way. And we see the Monty almost taken out. You have to get that kill. Lasmo does manage to find it as he picks up Dorky as well. That's everybody. There you go. Nice. He's going to be able to get on. Alamau's just got himself up onto the rappel there. He's going to look to try and do something. Shots missed by Dorky there. Possible opportunity. Going to continue pushing, but going to be cut down by P4 in a double. And that's huge for Wolves. Gives them an advantage. 4 versus 3. 3 versus 2 as we get a trade going on. P4 almost missing his chance. Surely going to be shut down. Will be by Uno. 2v2 after absolute chaos in the middle of the round. Uno finds on the original plan. ENCE did on the cap can move across top floor towards the vertical that was opened, and I think he only backed off because Uno came off the plan. But he finds the final kill again.
8 rounds, I'd say first half they impressed me more than Wolves. I thought they played things excellently. Wolves definitely had some really good moments. Wolves have turned it on across the last few rounds, and I think G2 are now the ones flailing a little bit and aren't quite sure how to deal with the onslaught coming from this French side.
Yeah, they've definitely lost the momentum.
You know, yourself into third, and you're facing off against Virtus.pro, Fnatic or ITB, and not looking too hot right now. They even start out with the entry, and it's Alamau falling down here. Bit of a stinger to lose out on that range destruction that comes in onto things like the castle barricades. Doki getting one back on the other side. Aggressively here, they could pay the price and almost finds him as well. Gets, I think, a shot down to his backside, but no, missed the shot actually, but very close to getting it. Now they're more than aware, and BLAST rounds on the other side. Down goes Mowgli. Wolves, I think, in place for a little bit too long there, pay the price, but admittedly Mowgli was boxed in. He makes the cross, he gets shot from behind the Monty, stays where he is, he dies anyway. Has to go down one way or another. Equalized out, 3v3.
ENCE, the hero of Lair so far for Wolves, is taken down by Dorky. This is the opportunity for G2. They've got the Monty still online, inside a sight. Uno can do some real work to bully P4 and Lasmo here. G2 really need to be winning this one, but the shield is taken down. This is now winnable for P4. Does he find one? He gets the down. Can he find? No, it's 13 health. He's still alive. He's going to be planting here, is Dorky. P4, only 30 health. Not the best gun in the game to do this with, realistically. Does have the ACOG now, though. Can't find the shots. Dorky manages to take him down with what little health he had left himself. Off wall, sending a little concussive grenade as well. It can be a good way of determining whether somebody's playing in that position or not. Dorky is going to take a little bit of a challenge, but it's ENCE once again to start things off. Finds Lyra, an absolute maelstrom on the top floor as we find ourselves 2 versus 1 when it all shakes down. BLAST picking up Mowgli in the last of that flurry of kills to give G2 the advantage. And once again, Des, inside 75 seconds, we've had an absolute bloodbath on Lair.
Again, if BLAST was half a second sooner, he'd have seen that cross coming in and he'd be able to get rid of BLAST. Trying twice, they take the 1v1 and BLAST ain't going to miss that. He's had a hell of a game today.
They find themselves now on match point. They have an opportunity to close this out. Dorky is going to take a little bit of a challenge, but it's ENCE once again to start.
Double Des. Just wanted to hear the commentary again, as well as seeing the playback. Why not? But for Lasmo, my heart broke again for a second there. I thought he was half a second sooner and looking towards the display.
Too aware of P4, but at the minute he's just suffering a lot of bad timing and not really having the opportunity to actually have the impact that he potentially could. Coming around this corner, surely he will. No, it's all for nothing, Des. He puts the effort in, but Uno with a huge double that will surely all but secure the win for G2 here in overtime. It's 2v5, it's 1v5, it's over with a flawless round as G2 secure 2 points on Lair.
Compensate for the attacks. We knew Wolves would be a little bit slow, a little bit more assured, and a little bit more methodical. That's what we saw, a 3-3 attack split from them. But for G2, what we saw, to be honest, was craziness, was chaos, was very fast entry into the map, where rounds were over within a minute. You know, you're talking about 1v3s for Uno, 1v2s for Uno, within 60 seconds of the round starting, because G2 have just exploded into an area of the map. Didn't always have to be the site. The average entry time for G2 was within 90 seconds in basically all but 1 round when they were on their attack, and it really caught Wolves off. That's how G2 leveled the playing field to get it back up.